Hello guys, I'm Lasha and today I will be teaching you a TOEFL lesson about reading. If you have watched my lesson last week, we have covered first 4 types of questions and let's review them what we have learned last week. We've learned vocabulary questions. Also, we have discussed reference, simplifying sentences, and inserting sentence in the correct place. Hi Tutku. Today we will be learning question types number 5, 6 and maybe 7 if we have enough time for it. Let's start with question type 5. Question type 5 is not something very different or difficult for you because I'm sure all your life in all types of exams, not just English language, but all other kinds of exams, you have covered these kind of questions. Question skill number 5 is about factual information. So they ask you some kind of fact and you need to find in the passage this factual information. Usually, factual information is about names, or it can be about locations, it can be about nouns, adjectives, or verbs. What I mean is that maybe they ask you about a professor, so it's the name. Or maybe they ask you something about the city, so its location. Or maybe they ask you some object, it will be about noun. Or maybe they say it is, for example, the biggest mountain, the highest mountain, so it's about adjective. The mountain maybe is mentioned in the passage, but it is not the highest. So the question becomes about adjective in this case, and the question can be about verb. For example, if the question is about someone's idea or opinion, or then it is verb. For example, you see some kind of professor agrees with something, so this kind of question is about verb. Now, when you see this kind of question, what you need to do is that, first of all, of course, you need to read the sentence, read the question sentence, identify keyword in the question sentence. Why do you need to identify these keywords? Because if you identify your keyword in the sentence, it will be easier for you to find this sentence in the paragraph or in the passage. So let me write it for you, which will help you find the info in the passage. Then read the possible answers as well. Find info in the passage and check each possible answer. Now, there are actually 2 ways what you can do differently. You can read all possible answers and then find the information in the passage, or maybe when you read the question, directly you find this information in the passage and then check your possible answers. For me personally, I prefer to have a look at possible answers at the same time and then find information in the passage. But for some students, it might be difficult because when you read the question sentence, you need to remember some keywords from this question sentence. Then you read also possible answers, A, B, C, D. So 4 possible answers. and you need to remember keywords also from this passage. So at the same time, your mind can get a little bit confused while you are searching this information in the passage. Okay? So it depends. It is up to you. If you can remember a lot of information at the same time, yes, do it. If you can't, then only read the question, find this information in the passage. Hello, Asli. And when you find this information, then read possible answers and check one by one. Now, for example, you check A, possible answer A, and it is already correct. Should you continue to read all others or not? If you have time, yes, continue. But if you don't have time, there is no need. Now, why do you need to still check other answers? Maybe you will ask me. And my answer is that TOEFL sometimes asks you what is the most correct answer. Okay? So there can be some doubts about it. That, for example, answer choice B is correct answer. And you can say C also looks correct. So in this situation, that's why you need to check all answers and decide which one is the most correct. Okay? But still, it's up to you. It depends on how much time you have and how fast you can do the reading. Yeah. Now, what are the problems and difficulties of these kind of questions? The difficulty is that usually you need to spend a lot of time. It is very time-consuming questions, but easy thing is that your mind from very early childhood, from elementary school, is already used to these kind of questions. While, for example, maybe you have never done inserting sentence, this kind of exercise at your school, or maybe reference type of questions you have never seen before. I'm sure factual information questions you have seen in many types of exams. English exams and not only English exams. Okay. So to review it once again, factual information questions asks you to find some facts in the passage. Usually these kind of questions follow the order. So for example, if you find questions answer in first paragraph, next question will be after that, but not before that. Okay, this is good thing about TOEFL exam. One more thing, how are the questions usually given? They are usually given in a structure like this, according to paragraph, or it is mentioned in the paragraph. Paragraph says, paragraph discusses. So all these type of questions are factual questions, okay? If you do not have any questions, let's look at some of the examples, okay? Let me open the example for you. Okay, here we go. So you see we have text about Lake Baikal, and then we have got 5 questions about it. Let's start solving the questions. The first question we read, what is stated in paragraph 1? Okay, so it is good. It gives me paragraph number and I don't have to look everywhere in the text, but at least I know it's in paragraph 1. What is stated in paragraph 1 about the shape of Lake Baikal? It is wider than it is long. It is circular in shape. Its width is 1/2 of its length. And it is shaped like a new moon. Okay, so I will remember now. Here, Lake Baikal is my keyword. Let me color it for you. So when I'm searching for this question, I will try to look for Lake Baikal. Then from the possible answers, my keyword, what I will remember, is moon, width, length, circle. Here again, width and length. So, good. I don't need to search for so many words. It is same for answer A and answer C. We have the similar words. Now let's look at the paragraph and find the answer for this question. Crescent-shaped Lake Baikal in Serbia is only the 9th largest lake in the area at 385 miles in length and 46 miles in width. Okay, so I think we can check already some information. I see 385 miles length and 46 miles width. I compare to this one. See, its width is 1/2 of its length. Guys, do you think C is correct answer for this question? Do you think 46 is half of 385? Let me check also our Facebook page. Maybe some students might be commenting there. So the question is answer C correct? Soydan and Tutku say no, and you're absolutely correct. It's not half. What about question possible answer A? It is wider than long. Wide, we see 46 miles. Width, is 46 more than 385? Hilal also says no. So C is not correct answer and A is also not correct answer. Our correct answer is either B or D. It is circular in shape or it is shaped like a new moon. Now I see shape over here, crescent shape. Probably you don't know the meaning of crescent, yeah? I don't understand maybe crescent, so I'm thinking now. Crescent is circle or a new moon? First thing that should come to your mind when you hear crescent is something that maybe you eat in the morning with coffee. It is French dessert. Very, very delicious and tasty. It has chocolate inside. What do you think? French dessert, usually we eat in the morning. It has chocolate inside. Do you have any idea, guys? Yes, Nursena, you are correct. Croissant. Okay, I see crescent and I remember croissant. So, croissant, is it circular or is it like a new moon? Of course, croissant is like a half moon or new moon. Therefore, I see crescent. I have association with croissant. Croissant looks like new moon. And my answer is, of course, D. So when you see the questions and you don't know some words, always try to find root of the word. We talked about roots, I think about vocabulary lesson. find the roots or find similar words which sound similar or which is spelled in a similar way. For example, here, crescent and French word croissant, they kind of sound similar and it helped me find the answer. Yep, D is correct answer. D is the best. Let's see question number 3. According to paragraph 1, Lake Baikal holds 1/5 of the world's water. There was somewhere 1/5, so let's check it. Holds 1/5 of world's water. Okay, it holds 1/5 of the world's total fresh water. Guys, do you think A is correct answer? Soydan thinks it is correct. Does everyone agree with Soydan? Not correct, Tutku says. Why is it not correct, Tutku? Hilal says yes. Hilal, do you mean A is correct answer? Tutku, you are absolutely correct. Here I see world's water, and in the passage I see world's fresh water. Fresh water and water, they are not same. They are different. So A is incorrect. Now let's see B. Holds 5 times the water of Great Lakes. So 5 times the water of Great Lakes. Let's check this information. Which is more than total of all the water in the 5 Great Lakes. We don't have any information that it's 5 times more. So answer B can't be correct. Then we have C. Holds 1/9 of the world's water. 1/9 of the world's water. We go again and we see that here we have information about fresh water, not just water. So C is also incorrect and probably D will be correct answer. Let's see. Holds 20% of the world's fresh water. So 20% world's fresh water. I remember from the paragraph we have 1/5 of the world's total fresh water, and let me write it for you. 1/5. So 1/5 is this, and 1/5 definitely equals, oh sorry, 1/5 and 20% are same. So to solve this answer, we needed some mathematical knowledge as well. I always tell my students, TOEFL and especially reading and listening sections of TOEFL does not check only your English level, it also checks your analytical skills, logical reasoning and thinking, and some general knowledge and a little bit IQ as well. So for example, if you don't know from mathematics that 1/5 is the same as 20%, you can't solve this question. Yeah? So the best answer and the only possible answer for question 3 will be D. Okay? This is correct for question 3. Let's see what we have in question 4. According to paragraph 1, the Olkhon crevice is outside Lake Baikal, outside, 400 meters below sea, deepest part, or 5,000 meters deep. So I'm looking for Olkhon crevice and I should check. Is it outside? Is it 400 meters below sea? Deepest part or 5,000 meters deep? Let's look at the paragraph again. Here I see Olkhon crevice. Olkhon crevice, the lowest known point. So it is lowest point. It is 1,600 meters deep, so definitely D is not correct. Then I see 400 meters. I see 400 meters again. And I see the average depth. So it does not say Olkhon crevice is 400 meters because Olkhon crevice is 1,600 meters deep. Which one do you think is correct answer? I said B is incorrect and D is incorrect. What do you think, guys? A or C should be the answer for this question? I'm waiting for your comments. A or C? Which one is correct answer for this question? Tutku thinks A. Let's see. Okay, already we have another answer from Soydan. Let me ask question to Tutku. Tutku, where did you see that it is outside? Where do you see that it is outside the Lake Baikal? Hilal, why do you think C is correct answer? And Soydan, why do you think C is correct answer? While you are trying to write the explanation for the answer, I want to tell you guys, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook and Twitter accounts and our channels. And if you can't watch our videos live, you can also watch all of them uploaded on our channels daily. And I see first correct answer from Soydan. It is written lowest point. Soydan, you are absolutely correct. Olkhon crevice, the lowest point. And I see deepest part. Lowest and deepest have the same meaning in this situation. Imagine a river or lake, deepest and the lowest. absolutely same. So C is correct answer. And it is not outside of Lake Baikal. I don't see any information about outside. It says this is lowest point of the lake. So if it is lowest point of lake, of course it is part of lake. It cannot be outside the lake. The average depth of the lake is blah blah blah, and the Olkhon crevice is the lowest point. So Olkhon crevice is about the lake, so it can't be outside the lake. And we have last question for these type of questions. It is mentioned in paragraph 2 that Lake Baikal is not as old as some other lakes. So my keyword is not old. Then I see formed when sections of the earth were moving away from each other. Okay, this one can be a little bit difficult. Formed when sections move. Was fully formed 25 million years ago. Okay, so I'm looking for 25 million years ago. Is today, okay, today located on the edge of the Asian Peninsula. Now let's go back to the passage. So we need paragraph 2. Lake Baikal, which today is located near the center of the Asian Peninsula. So I see near the center of Asian Peninsula. And here I see edge of the Asian Peninsula. Guys, do you think D is correct answer for this? Edge of Asian Peninsula and center or near the center, is it same? Is answer D correct, guys? Edge and near the center. So then you are correct. Of course, it's not the same. So I continue reading. Is most likely the world's oldest lake. Okay, so probably it is world's oldest lake. And I see here A is not as old as some other lakes. So do you think A is correct? Is not as old as other lakes? And here it says the world's oldest lake. Do you think A is correct answer for this? Is not as old as other lakes and the world's oldest lake. Yes, Hilal and Soydan, this is not correct. Then I continue reading. It began forming 25 million years ago. I remember 25 million years ago, and it began forming. I check, was fully formed 25 million years ago, and it began forming 25 million years ago. Do you think it's same? Do you think answer C is correct? It began forming and it was fully formed. Is it same information? Yeah, of course, not correct. And the answer already we know will be B. But anyways, let's check. Formed when sections of the earth were moving away from each other. It began forming 25 million years ago as Asia started splitting apart in a series of great faults. formed when sections of the earth were moving away from each other. Okay, and Asia started splitting apart, so it's like moving away in a series of great faults. Yeah, it is correct, and I think answer B is correct answer here. Guys, do you understand why B is correct answer here? Do you understand why B is correct answer for this question? Okay, Ali, thank you. Yeah, Tutku also understands. Good. Let me go back to this file, and question 5 I said is factual information. I will write question 6 over here as well because it's also factual information but negative factual information. So the next type of question asks you which one is not correct or which one is not mentioned. The types of questions are again the same about names, locations, nouns, adjective, verbs, and the way how you should solve it is exactly the same, but the ideology is different. You are checking if it is correct, not your answer. If it is mentioned, not your answer. Okay, so question will be it is not mentioned. Okay, and this is how we will do question number 6. The ideology behind it is same. Just we will be checking, for example, A, when I checked, and if I see A is mentioned and it is correct based on the passage, then this is not my answer. And when I find something which is not mentioned or which is incorrect, it will be my answer. Okay, I see comment from Gamze. Lowest point, deepest for C. Yes, Gamze, you are correct. Question 4, C is correct answer. So let's look again what we have done today. Today we have learned factual information and checking what is mentioned in the passage and paragraph, and what is correct information based on paragraph. Next one that we will do today is we will be checking the opposite of it, what is not mentioned or what is